Have you ever heard vocal coaches say that you have to inflate your belly when you're singing, but then you go and have a look at your favorite singers perform and nothing much seems to be happening with their bellies? Well, if that's the case, if you've ever wondered this, stay because this video is for you. In this video, we're going to talk about why breathing looks different in beginners and professional singers, and why understanding this can save you a tremendous amount of frustration. If you're new to this channel, hi, I'm Jimena Cabrera. I am a singer, a songwriter, a vocal coach, and the founder of the Singing Panda, a singing academy where we help you develop your voice holistically, that is mentally, emotionally, and technically, to help you build the voice that reflects your true identity and the message that wants to be expressed through you. So let's go back to our original question. Why is it that I'm being asked as a student to push my belly out, and then I go and see my favorite singers perform on stage and they are not doing much, or they don't seem to be doing much with their bellies, right? So that was a question. Well, the reason for this is that there are different stages to learning, and today we're going to talk about that, and we're going to see where you are as well. So I'm excited for you to understand where you are exactly in your singing journey. Specifically, we're going to be talking about breathing, okay? So at the beginning, the first thing that you need to master is being more aware of what your body's doing, right? And so for that, you're being asked to exaggerate these movements, to really push your belly out and then contract, right? But then over time, what happens that with a lot of repetition, your body already knows what to do. So the movement begins to feel more subtle. And actually what's happening is that you're being more efficient. Your body is knowing what to do. So it's being more efficient. It doesn't need to do more than necessary to get the desired result, right? So then what happens at that stage is that the movement for your belly starts to be very subtle and almost invisible for someone who's not really paying attention, right? And so that's why when you're looking at professional singers, it doesn't seem like they are doing much, but they are actually using their belly muscles. It's just that it's become such a part of who they are, and it's become so automatic, so second nature for them, that it's very subtle, like I said, okay? So why is it important for us, for a student, to know that there are different stages? Because it's very important to also be having a good time when you are taking your singing lessons, and so that you know what to expect, right? So how you feel matters. It always matters. And if you know that there are different steps and you understand where you are exactly in your singing journey, that makes the journey a lot more enjoyable, and you avoid getting very frustrated. This is where many singers get discouraged. They compare their chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. They look at professional singers and assume that they should already be there. But learning doesn't work that way. Every skill develops gradually, step by step, cycle by cycle. The Singing Panda Framework. And that's why at the Singing Panda, I came up with this framework, this milestone framework that we've talked about in other videos. Basically, why is this important for you? Because it's very important to know exactly where you are in your singing journey, like I said, to avoid frustration and to have the right expectation and to know what exactly you need to be doing next. What's your next step that's going to take you closer to where you want to go, and to have, you know, the freedom to express yourself through singing, right? So what's the next step, right? So here is a representation of the framework, of the milestone framework. And here you have all the steps. As you can see, first comes awareness, then autonomy, then acquisition, and then mastery, on your way to vocal freedom. So each of these milestones represents a different relationship that you are having with the skill at hand, in this case, breathing, and also comes with a different expectation. So for example, if you are in the awareness cycle and you have just been taught how to breathe, it doesn't make sense for you to try to use this very new skill for you and for your body in a song. If you are singing a song and you expect to be able to use deep breathing, right? Expanding your belly and contracting your belly each time you breathe. you expect to use it in songs consistently right away, you're going to get very frustrated. And you might even think that there's something wrong with what you are doing, or that the skill is hard. And it's not the case. It's not necessarily that it's hard or that there's something wrong about how you are doing it. It's just that maybe what you don't know is that there is a process to it. And some things need to come first. That is, for example, in this case, you're repeating the exercises, the breathing exercises in isolation before you start to try to use them in songs. And this can save you so much time and frustration, really, because it happens all the time that we think that maybe we are not cut out for this, it's too hard, and it's not the case. It's just that you need to give yourself, your body, time to incorporate these new gestures, right? What I did is I created this track your progress chart that can help you understand where you are in your singing journey. And this is something that's very specific to each skill that you're learning. So I'm going to share with you today the different stages that you're supposed to cover when you're going from simply the awareness stage, where you're beginning to learn how to breathe, all the way to where you become a master at breathing. So I'm going to show you all the steps, and I do this for every single skill. And so the idea is give you clarity, right? That's what I want, to give you clarity so that you understand exactly what your next step is supposed to be, and so that you avoid getting frustrated, right? So I'm going to share with you now the breathing progress chart. Inside of the ebook Roadmap to Singing Master the Singing Panda Way, this is what the breathing chart looks like. I'm going to share with you the different milestones, so pay attention to where you think you are right now. Breathing milestone number 1, awareness. In cycle 1, you are able to differentiate shallow versus deep breathing. You can use breathing with teacher reminders. In cycle 2, you use deep breathing more consistently and are able to apply it in warm-ups and short phrases. Breathing milestone 2, autonomy. In cycle 1, you're using deep breathing in songs and you're needing fewer reminders from the teacher. In cycle 2, deep breathing becomes second nature. It works regardless of phrase length. So it means that you have gained a lot of agility. Breathing milestone 3, acquisition. Cycle 1, you notice improved sound quality when you're breathing, and breathing also becomes more subtle. In cycle 2, deep breathing feels effortless. It's fully integrated into singing. Breathing milestone 4, mastery. Pro cycle. Breathing integrates seamlessly with all other skills. Technique becomes automatic. Focus shifts to expression. So where are you right now? Awareness, autonomy, acquisition, mastery? Tell me in the comments. So at the beginning, we asked ourselves, why is it that professional singers don't seem to be using deep breathing when they are singing, right? Why isn't it more obvious? And the answer now, with everything that we have talked about, is that they are simply in the mastery stage. They have already been through the different stages. They've been through awareness, autonomy, acquisition, until they get to the mastery stage, which is where you don't need to think about breathing at all. Like I told you in previous videos, when I am singing, I'm not thinking about breathing at all, but my body is doing what it needs to do. So it's become second nature. And of course, you cannot skip all of these other previous stages in the development of this skill, right? And so that means that if you keep at it, if you keep working, if you keep doing your exercises, at some point you can also be feeling super free when singing and not having to think much about what your body's doing, because you have already done all the work that needed to be done. What's coming next? In our next lesson, I'm going to show you exactly how breathing works inside an actual song. I hope that you got a lot of value out of this lesson. If you want to go into more depth and learn more about this milestone framework and understand where you are exactly in your singing journey, and have access to this Track Your Progress chart that does not only cover breathing but covers other areas of singing technique, well, there is a link in the description box below so that you can have access to the ebook Roadmap to Singing Mastery, the Singing Panda Way. And like I always tell you, if you like this content, if you resonated with it, please like, comment, subscribe, turn on the notifications so you don't miss the next lessons, the next videos coming up. In the meantime, happy singing, everyone!